everyone, Bethany Scott here and welcome to my channel. Today I am doing a quick unboxing and we'll see what I can play with in the very short amount of time I have to do this today. I just needed to take a little crafty break from all the work chaos that comes around this time of year. But let's go ahead and open up my Simon Says Stamp Crafty Box of the Month. Okay, first off, Distress Glitter Tinsel. Woohoo, shiny. I think that was the bonus item this month, if I remember the email correctly. I could be wrong. It's been a minute. But let's open this up. Oh my goodness. Yes. Some amazing goodies. First off, of course, you have to have your dollars off your next order. So there is Tarnished Brass Distress Paint. It's an acrylic paint. Glossy accents. I have a few of these. I love them because you can create some dimension. A lovely paintbrush. Set that aside. Of course, a treat for later. And the Small Thanks. So it's a very cute stamp set. Perfect for the season of being thankful. Then, of course, this is so cute. Count Blessings stamp set. It is really fun and festive. And, you know, a lot of these sentiments you could use for the rest of the year. It does not have to be just this time of year, which is also nice. So this, ooh, I did not see this, but now okay, I think I get it. So these go hand in hand. There is the Red Maple stencil set, and it looks like there's four layers, so I'll have to delve into that. But then there's also a die that goes with it, and it says thanks, so I'm wondering, there must be something else that it cuts out. No, maybe not. Maybe it just cuts out thanks. Oh, yep, I see it now. I was only looking at what's inside. Don't mind me. Anyways, so there's the double bubbled letters, thanks, and then the cutout. That's really cool. You could get some really interesting dimensions with that. All right, so then I believe these are Tim Holtz papers. I'll look at the bottom though. Does not say. Oh, okay. 10 double-sided sheets of Craft Consortium metal textures. So, ooh, so manly cards. Ooh, oh man. Some of my favorite cards have honestly been manly cards. So, yeah, that's pretty awesome. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. These are textured to the nines. Ooh. That one's really cool. And they look like they're real photographs turned into graphic art, which is also always cool. And then we have this gold, gilded gold cardstock. And the fantastic, fabulous, positively saturated ink blocks in honey, cabbage, sangria, and petunia. And then, of course, some extra cardstock. This is a dark teal, and that's a cream. I'm sure I can look up the colors, but for today, we'll leave it be. And then, of course, what's always helpful is having a cheat sheet or inspiration sheet, however you want to look at it, to find what you think you might want to play with or spark ideas. I really love all of these. Gosh. Picking one right now is gonna take me a hot second, so I'm gonna go look at what I want to create with, and I will be right back. So I'm going to start with the stencil. I just love the look of it, and I think this will be a lot of fun. If you saw me the other day, and the last time I opened up a Simon Says stamp box, the Stampin' Stencil mat was inside, and let me just reiterate how much in love I fell with the mat It's just so easy to do some of these stenciling, especially when it's multi-layered, and it can be difficult to line up. So, let's see. Building this is going to be interesting because I have not watched anything that shows how it gets built. So, we're just gonna wing it. Just gonna wing it. I believe it feels like the full lighter color is gonna go on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the honey, since that seems to make the most sense to me. And of course, I'm not opening this correctly. There we go. Okay. So I have some blending brushes off of Amazon. They're easy enough. All right, grabbing a little bit of ink, holding everything as steady as possible, tapping off on my glass mat, and then just swirl blending a lovely little layer of honey. Now, while I don't use a whole lot of Simon Says Stamps inks, I do like them. They are very nice. They are easy to use. But because I have so many other sets of other ink companies, I have not exactly delved in. So it's always nice to have a little ink cube from Simon Says Stamp. Okay, I'm not going to do super heavy on that. And then get that stencil off. All right, then it seems like the next one would be this, I guess. And this one will do the green. I feel like the green would really shine here. And of course, lining it up as best as possible. Now, the only thing about using the mat for this one is that the stencil is the same size as an A2 size card base, and that's what I started with. So, I guess in hindsight, I could have utilized the stickiness to get the stencil to stay, but the stencil is just ever so lightly on top of my paper, and I'm just going to press down with my hand and hope I don't smudge too hard. And nice light layer again. I don't need it to be super green. It's kind of a mix of apple green and hunter green. It's not quite either, but it'll do. And I feel like we're making a Green Bay Packers leaf right now because it's green and gold. All right, and a few more bits. Yes, I am an avid Packer fan. Yes, it's been painful. Especially watching games that should have been ours. Just slip through our fingertips. But alas, that is how it's written. And that's what will happen. All right, so peeling off my Green Bay Packer leaf. Ooh, ho, ho, ho. So cute. Have I told you that I have fallen back in love with stenciling just because of this stencil mat? I mean, yeah, I really, really, truly have. And it's amazing. And yeah, I could keep going on and on about how fantastic having a proper stencil mat changes things, but you know, it's just amazing. All right, so now I'm going in with the sangria. I feel like the stem is going to be red, and ooh, that's really red. Yikes. I need a ink blotter here. Grab my trusty rag. And all right, so now we're going to add some Christmas to this. But the stencil mat just kind of elevates what I've been doing, but brings it to a whole new level, and I'm loving it. So if you do not have a stencil mat, put it on your Christmas wish list, treat yourself. Put it on your birthday wish list, treat yourself. That's my plug for finding yourself a really good stencil mat. This one, I had another mat before. It was the Brutus Monroe mat, and I felt like it just never worked for me. So this is the first stencil mat that's actually truly worked for me, and oh my goodness. Now with that layer added on, look at how stunning and vibrant that is. And this is kind of one of those stencil sets, you could skip one of these layers if you really wanted to, and no one would notice. So really, truly, just kind of go with it and find what fits. I mean, why not? All right, opening up this thing, the petunia. Ooh, a little difficult. That one's another tough one. Okay. Give me a minute. There we go. These small but mighty cubes, now that I'm throwing the lids all around. Don't mind me. So life is good. Always new adventures around every bend, and hopefully soonish I'll be traveling and exploring the world again. It's one of my goals. On Biddy Penny's channel, one of our crafty friends, just recently went to Europe and is inspiring me to take that leap and figure out a way to get back there. So, yeah, we'll see. Not back to Europe. I've never been to Europe. Let me rephrase. Back to traveling in general. I should have prefaced that. I've gone over the border to Canada and Mexico, so I have had to use a passport. But my passport has very much since expired since last time I used it. And this one's a little difficult, by the way. There's two little bits in the middle that the strength of the connection between, actually that one too, between the paper and the stencil is easily removed. So it's kind of one of those press it down at the edge to get the outline. That's basically how I'm going to have to do that one. And this is okay if it's not perfect because it's kind of a distressed sleeve as it is. So yeah, it's smudged a smidge, but if you didn't know that was a smudge, you wouldn't know. But look at how stunning and vibrant just those 4 colors came. All right, I'm gonna go off screen and use the die machine and cut this baby out, and I will be right back. So next, I'm going to go ahead and take a white piece of cardstock, and I have my Misty here. And I've got a lovely sentiment picked out that says a simple thankful. Words are hard today. Here's my coffee. Yes, I treated myself to Starbucks because there was bonus stars involved. Otherwise, I would not have. Plus, my favorite drink comes out this time of year, so I am generally a Starbucks person during the holidays. And then I go back to, nope, I'll make mine at home. All right, so out of the Counting Blessings stamp set, we have the Thankful for You. And I don't know that I'll put anything inside the card, but there are some cute inside card sentiments here. And these actually, some of these would be really cute if you had a Thanksgiving themed scrapbook page. I'm going to end up hand cutting this out So I'm going to place it just a little off center on purpose. And using some VersaFine Clear, Nocturne ink, tapping away, getting a nice layer, and using the palm. I somehow, perfect impression the first time, fantastic. Somehow, this last craft fair, when I was unloading, I bruised my palm, my left palm, and today is the first day I haven't seen the bruise, but that was a good solid 4 days with a lovely bruise hanging around, and that is I'm waiting for someone to go, what happened? But no one noticed. I mean, it was on the palm, so it's not like super noticeable, but yeah. And don't ask me when it happened. Of course, every time breakdown happens during a craft fair, it's just massive amounts of chaos. Not just our booth, everyone's booths, and trying to get parking space close to the entrance, unloading. Oh, and it was rain, snowing-ish. So, and my children were kind of helping, so, you know, there was a lot going on. And I feel like we need a hair of distressing. I'm gonna grab I'll grab the honey. Yeah, we'll keep it on the lighter side, more subtle side, but just brushing the edges. It also kind of masks where my edges are not super straight, but adding a little bit of fun and fantasy. There we go. So the craft fairs, this last one, Danny's stuff was the hot item. She sold 15 pens. So I'm very proud of her. Okay, and this is just fun and thankful for you. All right, let me grab a card base and we'll finish this up. And moving all the things out of the way so I don't accidentally knock things over and cause some more chaos. But I'm going to go ahead and glue my card front down. Oh boy. So my kids did find my glue recently. And so it's a little extra blocked up, I'm sure. When they get home from school, 9 times out of 10, maybe even more often, they are grabbing for scissors, glue, tape, paper, whatever they can find, whatever crafty, imaginative thing they have in their brain that they want to create right as soon as they get off the bus. Sometimes it's find a snack, then do that. But most times they are just grabbing and going. And sometimes it has nothing to do with their day at school. Other times they learned about a certain thing, like a butterfly or how to draw squiggly lines in art class. And so they use that knowledge that they learned in school and they just apply it immediately at home. And so when Danny doesn't exactly have something right away to work on, okay, well, we can always make more pens. And sometimes she has specific people she wants to make it for, so it won't be for sale. But other times it's just a general make it however you feel like. And I'm going to cut some of this foam tape down so that my stem is not off in the wind, even though it's mostly going to be covered by my sentiment anyways, but I just don't want to risk breakage. And I have to like roll it a little bit so it actually gets on the sticky part, since it's so tiny. All right, there we go. Mission accomplished. That took a second. So, if you found me through Debbie J's channel, I know she still is continuing to have her month-long celebration, and I was able to join in. So those of you who joined me from that, thank you and welcome to my channel. I always love seeing new faces and new names and having interactions. I don't go live as much as I would love to, but that is my interesting work schedule, and the fact that I have 3 small children, and yeah. I spend some days on the phone for probably like 6 hours. I think that was my day today, actually, was a 6-hour phone call day. So that does happen, and it's okay because I'm my own boss. So if I don't want to answer, I don't have to. If I don't want to call, I don't have to. I can save it for another day. But yeah, actually, I'm not going to cover up the stem. I like it just like that. I think that's fun and simple and easy enough, and so pretty, but manly. So you could do this for a male or female or whomever. Yeah, it's just fun, and I'm loving the stencil. I might play with other color combos, but not today. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the unboxing. Let me know in the comments down below when you unbox this box, or if you were the one who was doing it, what would you have played with first? Because I always like to see what you guys gravitate towards when you are opening boxes of the month. I have a whole slew of ideas, but you know, there's just, you could go so many different ways with all of these things. So thank you all for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed seeing the unboxing and all of the different ideas that come in the Simon Says Stamp box set. I have stuff coming up in the schedule, but because it is crafty season and orders are flowing, and I mean flowing in this year, I don't have as much time to do lives, but I hope to do a live on some other people's channels here very soon. So when I know those dates are set, I will let you all know. But in the meantime, check out our crafty shop if it inspires you, or if you are looking for a gift and it's not something you make specifically, but you want us to make. You can fill out a form on our website, or you can just peruse and shop. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Don't forget to find the joy in your day, and happy making. Bye.